The airport lies quiet in the late evening, resting at the edge of the city under a soft, dim sky. The busiest hours are over. The loud voices, rolling suitcases, and sharp announcements have faded into memory, leaving the outer area in a gentle calm. You make your way onto the wide walkway that runs along the main terminal, moving at an easy pace with no rush, no goal you have to reach. The ground beneath your feet is smooth and even, made of broad slabs of light-colored stone. Overhead, a long roof stretches outward from the terminal building, supported by simple pillars. The roof gives the walkway a sheltered feeling, while the open side lets the cool evening air drift through freely. The air has a clean, faintly cool touch as it moves across your face and arms. To your right, tall glass walls reveal the inside of the terminal. Rows of empty chairs, quiet check-in counters, distant screens with softly changing letters and numbers. The interior is lit, but not brightly. The light is soft and steady, and behind the glass, everything seems to move in slow motion, or not at all. A few figures move far inside, but they are too distant to disturb the calm outside. Their presence is just a gentle suggestion far behind the glass. To your left, the open drop-off lanes rest in the dim glow of overhead lights. A few cars stand parked near the curb, engines off, motionless. Farther out, the road bends away and disappears into the soft darkness. The lamps on tall poles cast warm pools of light on the asphalt, leaving wide stretches of quiet shadow in between. You walk forward at a comfortable speed, every step landing with a soft, steady feel. The walkway is wide enough that you never feel closed in. You have space on both sides, space above, and plenty of calm air in front of you. There is no need to hurry. The airport is no longer a place of departure or arrival for you right now. It is simply a spacious resting landscape. As you move along the glass wall, you see the reflection of the outer lamps mixing with the glow from inside the terminal. The glass holds both at once, blending the outside and inside into one soft, layered image. You don't study it closely, you just let it sit at the edge of your vision, part of the quiet scene. The roof above continues in a long, straight line. Its underside is lit in soft, even strips, giving a gentle brightness to the path. There are no harsh spots, no sharp contrasts. The light makes it easy to walk without thinking about where your feet land. You simply continue, letting your body follow the walkway the way water follows a smooth channel. You pass a row of automatic doors. Each one is closed now, but the small lights above them still glow softly. The doors stand ready but unused, opening for no one at this moment. They form small frames in the wall of glass, and each frame marks a quiet entrance, a point of potential movement that now rests in complete stillness. Beyond the doors inside, you see moving belts at the check-in islands, frozen in place with no bags to carry. Signs hang from the ceiling, clear and orderly, pointing to places that for now have no urgency. Departures, arrivals, baggage claim, gates. The signs feel more like symbols than instructions, calm and unpressured in the quiet of the evening. The walkway gently widens as you reach a side section of the terminal. Here, the roof stretches out farther, covering a small open plaza in front of a secondary entrance. The floor pattern changes slightly, adding a few darker tiles in slow, repeating shapes. The change is subtle and comforting, giving the space its own character without interrupting your pace. In the center of this area, a few metal benches sit in neat rows, facing the glass and the building beyond. They are empty, resting under the overhead lights. Their surfaces reflect a faint glow, soft and clean. You walk past them, close enough to feel the sense of waiting that still hangs lightly around them, even though no one is here. As you leave the plaza and return to the main stretch of the walkway, the sounds of the evening settle into a gentle background. A distant hum from unseen equipment, a faint, low noise from the far-off roads. Now and then, the soft whoosh of air conditioning vents from the side of the building. Nothing is sharp or loud. Everything blends into one gentle layer of sound that barely touches your awareness. You continue along the outer wall, and the glass begins to show a different view. The check-in area gives way to long, quiet corridors inside, lit by ceiling lights that run in straight lines far into the distance. You see the floors shining softly, empty of footsteps. The corridors feel like still rivers of light, flowing deep within the building. On your left, the drop-off lanes gradually transition into a broader open space. The road bends away, and a parking structure rises in the distance, marked by lines of small windows and railings. Its interior lights create faint rectangles in the evening, indicating floors where cars rest silently side by side. The structure feels calm and giant, but not imposing. It simply stands there, another element in the large, quiet body of the airport. The walkway curves gently along the building, and you follow that curve without needing to think. The curve is wide and smooth, As you move, the angles of the glass, the pillars, and the lamps shift slowly around you, offering slightly new views in an unhurried way. The change feels natural, like a slow turn of the head. After a while, you reach a series of service doors and staff-only areas, still set behind glass, but with more solid walls between them. The signs here are smaller, more practical, and the lights are slightly dimmer. You see storage rooms, closed counters, and equipment resting against walls. It all looks as though it has been placed down for the night, left to wait in the quiet. The ground under your feet remains consistent. Smooth, stable, comfortable. You don't need to adjust your steps, and your body responds with a natural ease. Your breath falls in a slow, even pattern that matches the calm around you. Ahead, the walkway crosses a side road that runs between the terminal and another building. The road is empty. The crosswalk lines are clear and undisturbed. There is no vehicle approaching, no one coming from either side. You continue at the same pace, stepping over the painted lines and moving on to the next stretch of pavement. On the other side, the architecture changes slightly. The terminal wall here is less glass and more solid surface. Large panels of smooth material line the building, with only a few small windows set at even intervals. The lamps along the walkway keep the light constant, but the background becomes simpler. It feels almost like walking beside a long, calm wall, with the occasional window acting as a gentle point of interest. Further along, a low railing appears on your left, separating the walkway from a lower access road that runs parallel to your path. The road holds only a few parked service vehicles now, resting in the dim light. Their shapes are simple and quiet, painted in neutral colors that don't call attention to themselves. Some have reflective stripes that catch the light faintly, giving them a soft outline. You walk beside the railing, the open space of the lower road giving the area a sense of depth. The air feels slightly cooler here, moving more freely between the two levels. You breathe in, letting the coolness settle through your chest, then out, letting any remaining tension soften a little more. The walkway continues, and you pass beneath an elevated bridge that connects two parts of the airport complex. The structure above you is solid and calm, with occasional small windows showing muted light from within. The bridge acts like a quiet ceiling for a moment, closing the space in slightly, but not in a heavy way. The sound changes a little under here, becoming slightly more enclosed. then shifts back to its previous openness as you emerge on the other side. Beyond the bridge, the path leads you towards an area where baggage handling sections and loading docks are set farther back from the main building. You do not walk into those areas. You remain on the clear, wide pedestrian path. From here, you only see the edges of rolling doors and the outlines of equipment in the distance, softened by the evening light. The walkway stays smooth and well lit. The lamps overhead give the ground a gentle glow that feels steady and reassuring. Your steps continue with the same ease, and your mind doesn't need to solve or manage anything. This is just a quiet movement through a spacious place meant for motion, now resting between its busiest hours. A little further on, the path bends back towards the main terminal again. You follow the bend, and as soon as the glass wall returns, offering views into another part of the building. This time, you see long rows of jet bridges stretching out towards the dark outside airfield, their forms visible through large windows. Inside, the gate areas look quiet and soft. Seats sit in neat clusters, many of them empty. A handful of small lights glow on signs and screens, but nothing blinks urgently. The jet bridges lead to doors that are shut, each one resting in place like a calm corridor that currently leads nowhere in particular. As you move past each gate window, you catch different glimpses of the airfield beyond. The surface out there is dark and wide, marked by lines that you can only partly see from here. A few distant runway lights twinkle softly at the edge of your view, not piercing or bright, just steady and far away. Everything out there feels large, still, and respectful of the night. You walk on in the same unhurried way. The roof above continues to shelter you. The glass beside you continues to show fragments of the quiet interior. And the lamps ahead continue to offer their warm, predictable circles of light. Your attention floats lightly between them without needing to stay fixed on any one detail. From time to time, a soft mechanical sound drifts through the air. Maybe a door closing somewhere far off, or a small vehicle moving in a distant area of the grounds. These sounds never feel close. They stay in the background, part of the living structure of the airport, but softened by distance and space. The walkway widens again as you approach another main entrance area. Automatic doors stand in a set of 4, all closed, their glass panels reflecting both the outside lamps and the glow from within. Above them, a broad overhang extends outward, supported by sturdy columns. The light under the overhang is slightly warmer, making this spot feel like a gentle gathering place, even if no one is gathered here now. To one side, you see a large sign with the name of the terminal and the number of the section. The letters are clear, but you don't need to read them. The sign is more a calm landmark than a message. It simply tells you that this is a place, that it has its own identity, and that right now it is at rest. You continue past the entrance, letting the walkway lead you along the curve of the building again. The path becomes a little narrower, then widens again, but always in smooth changes. There are no sharp corners, no sudden turns. Everything is designed for movement, and now that the busy hours are over, the design supports slow, quiet motion just as easily as it once supported rushing crowds. On your left, the outer roads begin to thin out and fall away. The parked cars become fewer. The tall lights become more spaced apart. Beyond them, open fields and distant dark shapes hint at the edge of the airport grounds. The openness here feels even larger than before, like the land is gently stretching out and letting things relax. The glass walls on your right transitions once more to a combination of windows and solid panels. Some of the windows are dark now, while others still glow faintly. The panels hold steady, clean lines. The mixture feels balanced, offering both openness and a quiet sense of structure. Your steps continue at the same calm pace. The air feels settled now, without much change in temperature or movement. Every breath, in and out, flows with a kind of built-in ease. The space around you supports that ease in a quiet, unspoken way. As you follow the walkway through its final curve, you begin to recognize elements from earlier in your walk. The shape of the roof, the arrangement of the lamps, the pattern of the pavement. You are coming back towards where you started, though there's no rush to arrive. The path still feels gentle, the stadium-like structure of the terminal still restful, the air still kind. You walk a little further, letting the calm of the airport settle more deeply into your body. The building to your right stands solid and quiet. The open areas to your left spread out, soft and wide. The lights glow steadily. The sounds stay low and distant. You keep moving at your slow, steady pace, carried along the empty airport walkway by nothing more than the quiet of the evening and the simple comfort of the space around you.